VHS collage.
Alright, today we're going to be ranking slasher characters, horror movie characters, by if Batman could beat them in a fight. I just want to say before, this is inspired by Baze Talks YouTube video on the subject. It's a very good video, very good channel, big fan. I recommend watching that. However, this is a little different. We got some different killers on here, we have some different tiers, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how Batman would win or would lose against these guys. So I'm gonna give you a little scenario. I'm gonna show you how Batman beats these fools. Alright, starting off with Ghostface. Ghostface, I think we can all agree, Batman makes quick work of this guy. It really wouldn't even be a competition. Even if there's up to 3 Ghostface, I think Batman still definitely beats them in a 3v1. Let's say Woodsboro, Woodsboro is located in Gotham, or let's say that the Ghostface killings are happening at Gotham High. So what Batman does, Batman sends in Robin. He sends in Robin to the high school to scout out. He hears that these murders are happening at Woodsboro. He sends out Robin to scout out what's going on, to talk, to kind of infiltrate that friend group. And with Robin's intel, Batman, or even Robin by himself, should be able to deduce who is doing these killings and how many killers there are. And Batman makes quick work, calls the parents, gets a parent-teacher conference, and he gets those bitches arrested before they're able to Columbine Gotham High. So I think we can all agree Batman makes quick work of Ghostface. There's really no competition. He doesn't even pose a physical threat. He doesn't pose a mental threat. Nothing. Batman makes quick work of this guy. Alright, Freddy Krueger. For Robin's safety, I probably don't recommend sending him in there. So the Freddy Krueger fight would be pretty interesting, because, I mean, his whole gimmick, is getting you while you're sleeping. And Batman kind of sleeps in an interesting way. Batman doesn't sleep, a full 8 hours, full 12 hours, whatever. Batman takes micro naps throughout the day to keep his head sharp. But, he's still getting his rest in. So Freddy would only really be able to get like 10 minutes, scrapping time at a time. I do think that Freddy's constant torment to Batman in his dreams would wear him down eventually. But also, that being said, this is Batman. Batman's got one of the strongest mental fortitudes of all superheroes. Batman gets shot up with like 12 times the amount of like lethal LSD from the Scarecrow every other weekend. Batman should be well aware of how to deal with this guy, and also Freddy Krueger is very reliant on the fear that you have of him. So for that reason, I don't think Batman loses, but I do think mentally and physically he gets pretty fucked up. But Batman still wins this. Alright, moving on to Leatherface. I think what happens here, let's say the Leatherface family, let's say they're kind of holding up in a little shack outside like rural Gotham or something, or maybe they are in Texas and Batman takes a trip to Texas. I think Batman definitely traces the murders of people happening around that area. He traces it back to that house. I think Batman infiltrates the house, and I think as soon as he sees Leatherface, I think he throws a bat bomb right in his fucking face, and Leatherface goes down immediately. I don't think Bubba really stands a chance. I think most people could beat Bubba, to be honest. I also think if Leatherface chases down Batman down the road, I think Batman does what he did to Bane, and I think he runs him over with his fucking car. So he's really not that threatening. He's just like kind of freaky. If the other family's involved, I think Batman still makes quick work of them. But let's say they do get the jump on Batman and they trap him down, at the dinner table and make him eat some like human meat, whatever. That sounds crazy. Batman's master of escape. He's able to get out. If that girl from the first movie is able to get out, Batman will be fine. Batman makes quick work of Leatherface. I really don't think Leatherface stands much of a chance. Now, moving on to Chucky. So I'm gonna rank Chucky and Tiffany together because they usually work as a duo. I think if it's just Chucky on his own and he's trying to get the jump on Batman, maybe he can get a stab or two in, but Batman probably just thinks the ventriloquist got really creative, and he probably wouldn't be that scared. I don't see Batman losing against a fucking doll. That being said, if it's Chucky and Tiffany together, working together, I think they stand a much better chance. Especially maybe they get, some voodoo magic going on. Maybe, maybe they possess Robin or something. Infiltrate the Batcave, get the jump on Batman. I think that they could stand a chance. I still think Batman probably wins, but I do think at least one of them, probably Tiffany, makes out with a few $1,000,000 from Robin's allowance. So I think we're going to go, if it's just Chucky by himself, I think it's a solid fight, but he still loses. But if it's Chucky and Tiffany, I think Batman gets kind of fucked up. I think he takes down Chucky. I think Tiffany makes out with a nice pocket of change, we'll say. All right, the Strangers. Let me break down how Batman is going to take down the Strangers. And the answer is that he doesn't. The answer is that he doesn't even need to take down the Strangers because these fucking pussies. Let's say the Strangers are, they're like, okay, we stalk these people's, I don't know, I didn't finish this movie, but they're like, okay, we stalk these people's houses, we torment them and then we murder them, right? All right, let's go to the big leagues. Let's get Bruce Wayne. Let's go after a billionaire this time, right? So they sneak outside Wayne Manor, make a few creepy calls, tap on the window a little bit, do a little jump scares. The Wayne Manor sensors automatically detect them. Security knows they're there. Let's say they break into the house. Alfred walks up with his fucking double-barrel shotgun, shoots their asses. He shoots their asses and kills them immediately. Alfred solos. Batman doesn't even need. Batman's busy in the Batcave taking micro naps, trying to fight Freddy Krueger. Batman doesn't even need. These guys don't even get close to Batman. Alfred already makes quick work of them while Batman's busy. Now moving on to the Evil Bong. The Evil Bong might be one of Batman's greatest foes in this tier list. I did a little bit of research. Gotham is typically depicted as existing around the Jersey area. So I looked up the laws in that state, and for the most part, weed is legal in New Jersey. So I previously thought that, maybe Batman walks in, breaks Alistair and the gang's legs, and then arrests them for possession of marijuana. But I don't believe Batman can do that. So let's say that the Evil Bong is perhaps teaming up with Poison Ivy to grow the best bud that you've ever smoked in your damn life. I think that Batman would probably go after Evil Bong and Poison Ivy because Gotham really just can't be getting that boofed. So I think Batman might be able to arrest Poison Ivy for selling drugs, but I don't believe that Evil Bong would carry any criminal charges. Therefore, Evil Bong wins in a court of law. So I believe Batman loses this in a legal sense. I don't think he can get charges on Evil Bong. And really, this is one of Batman's greatest failures. Moving on to Jaws, this isn't even a damn question. Batman hits him with a fucking 1-2 punch and sprays his ass with some damn shark repellent. Really simple fight. Batman makes quick work of this damn shark. It's not even. He stuns him. Dead. And he just dies.
No kill rules don't apply to sharks, bitch.
Alright. Art the Clown is where it gets a little tricky. So in this scenario, I think Art the Clown probably sneaks into Wayne Manor, chops up Robin on Christmas night. I think Batman goes after him, but Batman doesn't have any sort of magical sword. I feel like the only way that you can defeat Art the Clown is if you have some sort of like personal relationship with him, like the girl in those movies. Don't believe Batman has that. So yeah, I think even if Batman sniffs out that Art the Clown is supernatural and he doesn't have to hold back or anything like that, I still think Batman probably loses because, much like Jesus Christ, Art the Clown comes back. Yeah, I think Art the Clown would just keep coming back and eventually wear Batman down to the point where he'd have to call in excessive outside help, which I don't think at that point would count as a Batman win. or he would just lose. So I think Batman loses against Arthur Clown. Actually, you know what? I'll move Chucky down to solid fight. Yeah, move Chucky down to solid fight. I think Tiffany fucks him up. Chucky is fine though. Yeah, that's my Batman versus horror movie slashers tier list. This is what I'm feeling. If you agree or disagree, tell me in the comments. If you have any other ideas for Batman or non-Batman related tier lists, I also like other things. Then yeah, let me know. Yeah, this is how it works out. So that's all. Bye.